Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial on HTML background images. In this video we are going to explore everything you need to know about adding and styling background images in HTML using CSS. I'll walk you through each concept step by step, so let's get started. First, let's understand what background images are. A background image can be specified for almost any HTML element. This means you can add visual interest and design appeal to your web pages by placing images behind your content. Okay, whether it's a small icon behind a button or a full page hero image, background images are incredibly versatile. To add a background image to an HTML element, we use the HTML style attribute along with the CSS background image property. Okay, let me show you the syntax. So let me write here, for example, I'm going to write inside the body a paragraph tag, and inside the paragraph I'm going to bring here the style attribute. Okay, so now let me add here the background image property, and I'm going to use here URL, and in URL we have an image that exists in the folder where this HTML file exists. Okay, let me break down this for you. We start with an HTML element. Okay, in this case, a paragraph tag. See, inside the opening tag, we add the style attribute, this here. Okay, so we added the style attribute. Within the style attribute, we write our CSS. We use the property background image, as you can see, followed by a colon. Then we use the URL as function. Inside the parentheses and within our quotes, we specify the path to our image file, as you can see in the parentheses. In this example, the image is called, as you can see, flower.png.jpg. This is the fundamental way to add a background image to any HTML element. Okay, now let's talk about how to add a background image to an entire page. If you want your entire page to have a background image, you must specify the background image on the body element. Okay, so now let me write, for example, you need to write here inside the head tag, you need to bring here the style tag, and I'm gonna set here body as the property, and I'm gonna write here the background image. Then I'm gonna set the URL, and here it would be flower dot. Now we open a style tag in the head section of our HTML document. We target the body element by writing body. Okay, we open curly braces, and inside we write the background image followed by a colon. That was our property. We use URL as function with our image paths in quote or without quote. So we close with the semicolon and then close by the curly braces. Finally, we close the style tag, as you can see. So when you apply a background image to the body element, it covers the entire viewport of your web page. This creates a full page background effect that users will see when they visit your site. Okay, now let me open a let me open a preview here so you can see properly. As you can see, the image has set to the background. Okay, now we come to an important concept called background repeat. So here is what happens by default. If the background image is smaller than the element it's applied to, the image will repeat both horizontally and vertically until it fills the entire element. Okay, this is the default behavior. You can see in the example, so sometimes this repetition is exactly what you want for patterns or textures, but other times you might want to control this behavior, which brings us to the next properties. Okay, so let's discuss background cover. If you want the background image to the cover the entire element with no stretching or distortion, you need to set multiple CSS properties. Okay, so let me write, for example, I'm gonna write here some text. Let me close this, as we have set the background image to our uh, our whole body. So let me write some text here. I'm going to write here, I am the property of. Okay, now add me some heading here. For example, I am the main heading. So Uh, also, to make sure the entire element is always covered, you should set the background attachment to fixed. Okay, now we will modify the body, the property of the body inside the style tag. So this way, the background image will cover the entire element with no visible gaps or white space. Let me show you the code. Okay, so inside this style tag, we are going to modify it. For example, I'm gonna write here the background repeat. Okay, so background repeat is the property I'm gonna use here, and I'm gonna set it to no repeat. Okay, now let me write here another property, that is background attachment. So I'm gonna set it to fixed. So now let me write here the background size. So this is another property, and I'm gonna use here the cover. Okay, so as you can see, let me break down each property. So first property, image background, as you can see, that was URL. So image background property we use. This sets background image as we learned before. Second property, as you can see, that is background repeat. Okay, so this tells the browser not to repeat the image. Without this, the image would tile across the entire element. No repeat means, if you see no repeat, so no repeat actually means that the image appears only once. As you can see, there is a third property, that is background attachment, and we set it to fixed. So this is crucial for the cover effect. Fixed means the background image stays, as you can see, it stays in place when you scroll. Okay, so the background doesn't move with the content. This creates a parallel like effect. So there is a fourth property, that is background size, and we set it to the cover. So this is the key property for covering the entire element. Here the cover scales the image as large as possible. It maintains the image's aspect ratio. It ensures the entire area is covered. Some parts of the image might be cropped if the aspect ratio doesn't match the element's dimensions. Okay. Together, these four properties ensure your background image looks professional and covers the entire element beautifully, as you can see. So finally, let's talk about background stretch. Okay, if you want the background image to stretch to fit the entire element, even if it means distorting the image's proportions, you can use the background size property with the value. For example, I'm gonna set it to, let me write here 100%, and then 100%. So uh, here I need to point out something important here. While the screenshot shows, as you can see, background stretch, we can see the beginning of what would be an image demonstrating this effect. With the background size set to, as you can see, 100%, 100%, here, the image will be forced to fit both the width and height of the element exactly, which may cause this image to appear stretched, as you can see, or squashed if the element's proportions don't match the image's original proportions. Okay, so in this way, the difference between cover and 100%, 100% is important. As we have told you earlier, that cover maintains the aspect ratio but crops if necessary. If necessary, okay. 100%, 100% forces the image to fit exactly, which can distort it. So in this video, we learned about how to set the image to our HTML page background. That's everything you need to know about HTML background images. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Remember to practice these techniques in your own projects. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.